We are born far too late to explore the earth, yet far too early to explore the skies and what lays above. Can you imagine the existence? Can you imagine the life of a man named Ferdinand Magellan? Who was Magellan? Magellan is a man, a treacherous, brave, courageous man with a colossal story to tell, who unfortunately isn't alive today. But Ferdinand Magellan is a man who explored the earth when it was once a feat. Well, worth calling that, a feat. Can you imagine every video game you played, possibly a horror game where you don't know what lays beyond, the unknown, the unnavigated, the hidden secret areas of the map? Think of a horror game, think of Slenderman, think of any horror game where you don't know what lays beyond. New creatures, new dangers, new storms, uncharted territory, an uncharted land. Now imagine doing that in real life when there's no respawn button. The story of Ferdinand Magellan, a guy, not native, but European man who decided to sail west. The original idea was try to reach China or the Eastern territories, but they were in Europe, right? So they wanted to sail west. And upon Ferdinand's surprise, there's land over there that's completely uncharted, unknown creatures, unknown people, unknown everything. Now imagine you do that. Imagine you do that in a video game. You would be pretty scared, wouldn't you? You don't know what creatures exist out there. You don't know what horrors. You don't know the horrors that would attack you. You don't know if you'll come back alive. Now imagine a man and a crew go out there and basically sign a waiver, sign an oath, and say goodbye to their life to explore uncharted and unknown lands. Isn't that an incredible story, sailing through months upon months of stormy seas, not knowing if there will be land? Again, the whole point, the whole story of Ferdinand's story was it was completely unknown. You're sailing into the unknown and you're basically dancing with death because you don't know if you'll come back. You don't know if you'll come back in one piece. Spoiler alert, he didn't. You don't know if you'll come back in one piece. You don't know what's going to happen out there. You're literally going. Imagine exploring an unknown planet. Imagine I take you, I grab you, and I tell you, hey, there's a solar system, 3 solar systems away, and there's a planet that has life on it. You know it has life, but you don't know if the life is hostile. You don't know if the life is scary. You don't know if you'll come back alive. That is what Ferdinand Magellan did. And he explored the Americas, and ships were torn apart by storms, and eventually he was killed. Eventually he was killed by natives, and the ships came back. I think only one came back out of the many ships, and it was a treacherous but worthy story. And then there's you, watching me through a screen, probably in your crusty bed or some stupid crusty little desk like this one, just watching as life goes by, watching as existence goes by. Sometimes you seem to forget that you only have one existence. Magellan had one existence and he gave it up with the story that I told you. The first traveler, the first interloper to an unknown planet also has one life, and he probably will sacrifice it going to these uncharted planets, uncharted territories. What are you doing with yours? Just sitting and watching. The least you can do, and this is the point of my speech today, the least you can do is even attempt to explore unknown cities, unknown countries, and one day for you, unknown continents. And perhaps, just perhaps, you won't just smell the different air of a city, the different air of a country, the different air of a continent, but perhaps one day, if you bring in enough liquidity, capital, or money, perhaps you can smell the air of a different planet. Why should men move? Why should men leave their little den? I move a lot, and you can probably see I'm in a new place. I move a lot. I move from one place to one place to one place, from dungeon to dungeon, to high-rise apartment, to back to dungeon, to a nice little place in between. I move a lot, and you should too, especially as a young man. There's absolutely no reason for you to still be crusting in your parents' basement. It makes you more of a man. The more you move around, the more you just live outside of your comfort zone. There's a saying, and it's lean just beyond the edge of your comfort zone. Not enough so that you break down, but enough so that you can actually grow, and not too little where you don't grow. Moving out and going to different places and keeping a lean equipment setup, right? Like not having so much stuff, not having, I have a microphone, ring light, all of this stuff, but I don't travel with so much stuff. I don't. I could travel different countries anytime. This is the existence of a digital nomad, being able to have a lean equipment setup, right? Lean equipment setup, lean, you don't have too many clothes, whatever. You can basically fit everything in a car and fuck off, and literally in different countries. Doing this so often makes you more of a man. You find unknown skills that you never thought you'd use. Like, for example, figuring out how to install a reverse osmosis water filter. Like, you have to drill and you find out how to operate with the pipes down there, because most likely I'll be installing a reverse osmosis filter. You start doing like the man shit. You find out how to install a bidet on your toilet, because white people, for some reason, don't understand that you need water to clean your ass. I don't understand why white people, this is Canada, right? Imagine I grabbed a bread bun, and I put Nutella on it. And then I wiped the Nutella with a tissue. There's still gonna be Nutella on there, isn't it? But imagine I put the bun under water, and I wash it off. Well, water actually takes the Nutella away. You understand the analogy, the visualization I'm trying to give you here? Why wash your damn ass? You figure out how to operate with a drill. You figure out the optimal places. You find out how to deal with rent, how to speak with landlords, how to present yourself in a way. Landlords, especially in Canada, right? In the West especially, they really don't like entrepreneurs. They really like someone who's stable with a job, 9-to-5 job. I don't have a 9-to-5 job. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a trader. You have to figure out how to present yourself in a way, how to create like a self-employed resume, how to deal with logistical shit, how to deal with government shit, how to deal with other people, how to move in, this sort of stuff, how to build beds, how to build different things, how to build a table, how to lift. This stuff makes you more of a man. You unlock random man skills, how to use a drill, how to jumpstart a car. You know how many times I've practically become a jumpstart master, how to operate with cars. There's so many different things that moving around a lot just makes you proficient at. And it opens your mind to so many different possibilities, connections, and even riches. One of my closest friends, my brother, right? This guy, not my blood brother, but my right-hand man. Some of you may know him. He was my editor, Jebber, right? So this guy traveled from Algeria, the depths of a dungeon in Algeria, garbage country, garbage like third world. There's not really much. Government's annoying. So much red tape around things. It's hard to be an entrepreneur. It's hard to be self-employed. Very annoying stuff. You have to deal with things under the bridge and everything. He moved from Algeria to Miami, got a green card, moved all the way to Miami. Awesome guy, top tier guy. And this is the type of person that, again, because of these man skills, I can drop him in Antarctica, he'll find a way. I can drop him in Rio de Janeiro, he'll find a way. I can drop him in Paris, he'll find a way. I can drop him in Baghdad, he'll find a way. I can drop him in Florida, he'll find a way. And because he went to Florida, literally within a week, this guy went from nothing, from zero, traveled, completely immigrated from a different country. Within a week, this guy, he's inside, he's looking around, he's looking at Bugattis, he's inside McLarens, he's inside Corvettes, he's beside Lamborghinis, he's in this high tier, wealthy circle. I'll see if I can put up pictures if I can. But the reason that happened is because he took a risk and moved. He was telling me, man, what if I just stay here in Algeria and lock in, whatever. And yeah, cool, that could be fine. That would give him results. But I told him, what are you doing, man? You have the opportunity to move to Miami, an epicenter of wealth, growth, networking, a hub of people rising. And you're telling me you want to stay in Algeria? What are you doing? And he was he was hesitant at first. I was telling him, man, get up off of your ass. Go take that plane ticket, go risk it all and go fly. And it's the best decision he's ever made. And I'm so glad I told him to do that. And I'm telling you, move around. The amount of new things you'll unlock, new money. You want to get rich? Oh, money season, right? Move around. It improves so many things about your life. And when you do move, there's this grand, almost transcending feeling you get that nothing can replicate. Not the best gym day, not the nicest trip you take, nothing can replicate the feeling of moving into a different place, especially when your previous location, your previous headquarters was not the most ideal work environment for you. It just hits different. It feels better. There's this grand feeling you cannot replace. Your mental health feels invigorated. Perhaps you can feel a difference in my voice. Perhaps you can feel a difference in something that you can feel different within me. It's irreplaceable when you move. And the most important thing that you get from all of this is the independence. The independence as a man that is necessary for all of your worldly reasons. For everything, you need to have independence as a man. You don't know what day you'll need it. For the love of God, stop leeching off of your parents. Stop leeching off of your family. Disconnect and grow a personality, grow some character. You know how many lives have been changed when you, especially as a brotherhood, as a group of people, you just leave your dens and you either move in together or you're moving separately and you just go outside. You go outside and you try and live alone. You've never lived alone before, have you? And if you have, congratulations, you know exactly how good this is. Try living alone, try escaping, try taking a risk, try breathing a different air than the crust in your mother's basement, for the love of God. Gentlemen, if there's an echo right now, I apologize for that. New place, obviously I'm dealing with a lot of things, but expect great things, expect many greater speeches. Wish not for a lighter load, but for a stronger back.